A single name has once again sent the K-pop world, the fashion industry, and Blinks into a frenzy with just a few photos. Lisa of BLACKPINK. This time, it is not because of a comeback, a major stage performance, or even a collaboration rumor, but because of a fashion achievement that has immediately captured the attention of fans around the world. Lisa has officially become the main face of the September 2026 issue of Vogue Korea, and what makes this even more fascinating is that the photo shoot features a concept that is completely different from many of Lisa's previous appearances. In the covers that have circulated, Lisa exudes a mysterious, elegant, daring, and highly experimental aura. One cover shows her wrapped in a dramatic fur-inspired outfit with an intense gaze, while another features Lisa standing with an incredibly powerful silhouette against a striking combination of sky and dramatic architecture. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary fashion photo shoot. But for Lisa's fans, this is far more than just a magazine cover. It feels like a major statement about how far Lisa has evolved after stepping outside her comfort zone as an idol and building an identity of her own on the global stage. What makes the moment even more significant is that it comes as Vogue Korea celebrates its 30th anniversary, meaning that every major project and cover released during this commemorative period naturally carries much greater symbolic value. What has made the internet even more heated is the circulating claim that Lisa has become the first female singer in Vogue Korea's 30-year history to receive a solo September issue cover. That claim immediately sparked debate. Is this truly a new record? Or is there historical context surrounding Vogue Korea that needs to be examined more carefully? Regardless of the debate over how the achievement should be defined, one thing cannot be denied: the enormous amount of attention surrounding Lisa. Vogue Korea has previously featured Lisa in major projects, including Louis Vuitton shoots and various fashion editorials that have highlighted the superstar's strong connection with the fashion world. In September 2024, Vogue Korea even portrayed Lisa as someone who is building a world of her own, rather than simply being known as a BLACKPINK idol. And now, 2 years later, Lisa has returned to the Vogue Korea stage on a scale that feels even bigger. This is exactly why some Blinks have started asking, is Lisa entering a completely new era? The answer may lie in the trajectory of her career over the past several years. After BLACKPINK became one of the most famous groups in the world, each member began building an individual identity outside the group. But Lisa has taken an especially aggressive and international path. She has not only continued her career as a singer, but has also expanded into fashion, acting, business, and global entertainment. Vogue Korea itself has highlighted Lisa's journey in 2026 as a BLACKPINK member, solo artist, actress, and global figure who continues to evolve. So when the September 2026 cover appeared, many fans did not see it as an isolated event. Instead, they saw it as another chapter in Lisa's larger evolution. Even the concept of the cover seems to communicate a message. Lisa is no longer here simply to follow trends. She is here to create them. And this is where the controversial part begins. Some netizens have questioned why Lisa continues to receive such enormous attention from prestigious fashion magazines, while others see this very achievement as proof that Lisa's popularity has already gone far beyond the boundaries of K-pop. The debate has become even more intense because Lisa is not simply an idol with a massive fandom. She has become one of the most recognizable faces in the international fashion industry. Vogue Korea has previously featured Lisa in Louis Vuitton projects, while in 2026, she once again attracted attention on the global fashion stage. So when Lisa once again appears as a September cover star, the question is no longer simply, does she look beautiful? The bigger question is, how much influence does Lisa actually have now? Judging by the reaction, the answer appears to be a lot. The cover photos immediately became a major topic across social media. Fans dissected every detail, from the styling and poses to Lisa's hair, makeup, and overall photographic concept. One of the most discussed elements was Lisa's willingness to embrace a much more mature and high-fashion visual. Rather than relying on the sweet idol image or conventional glamour often associated with K-pop stars, Lisa instead looks like a supermodel leading an international fashion campaign. Even some of the phrases associated with the editorial, such as "A Star is Born," "New Territory," and "Supernature," have made Blinks even more curious. Are these simply creative slogans for a fashion editorial? Or is Vogue Korea actually portraying a new chapter in Lisa's professional life? New Territory feels particularly relevant when looking at how Lisa continues to expand her horizons. From the BLACKPINK stage to her solo career, fashion, acting, and international activities, Lisa appears increasingly comfortable standing firmly as herself. Of course, however, success always comes with debate. The higher someone rises, the greater the attention surrounding them. Some people argue that Lisa receives too much attention from the fashion industry. Others believe that this is precisely the evidence that her hard work and global appeal can no longer be ignored. But isn't this kind of controversy itself evidence that Lisa has managed to create something worth talking about? She is not leaving BLACKPINK. Instead, she is showing that she can have a world of her own outside the group. That is why the September 2026 Vogue Korea cover feels more important than just another magazine photo shoot. It represents Lisa's transformation from a global idol into an entertainment and fashion figure with a brand identity of her own. And if the claim about her historic position as the first female singer in the context of a solo September Vogue Korea cover during the magazine's 30-year era is accurate according to the definition being used, then the achievement would certainly become another significant milestone in her career. Covers that generate no discussion often disappear from public attention almost immediately. But when a single name can make fans, fashion enthusiasts, and even critics talk, that name clearly possesses enormous influence. And for Blinks, there is another reason why this moment feels so emotional. There was a time when Lisa's identity was almost always discussed in the context of BLACKPINK. Now, seeing her standing alone on an international magazine cover with such a powerful visual identity makes her journey feel incredibly clear. But perhaps the most interesting question is what happens after this cover. Because Lisa does not appear to be finished. Vogue Korea has also previously highlighted that Lisa has been working on new music in the United States. That means this September cover may not be the peak at all. It could instead be the opening chapter of Lisa's next era. And if Lisa really is preparing new music, the question now becomes, are we witnessing the beginning of Lisa's biggest solo era yet? Will fashion become one of her greatest weapons in building her global identity? Or will the new music she is reportedly preparing turn out to be something far bigger than fans expect? One thing is certain. Lisa has once again managed to make the world pay attention. From a trainee from Thailand who chased her dream in South Korea, to becoming a member of BLACKPINK, then a solo artist, actress, fashion icon, and global figure with a name of her own, Lisa's journey is clearly far from over. And the September 2026 Vogue Korea cover may be just one chapter in a much bigger story. So Blinks, take a good look at this cover, because years from now, we may look back at this moment and realize that this was one of the moments when Lisa truly entered a completely different level. No longer simply Lisa from BLACKPINK, but Lisa as Lisa, a global superstar building a kingdom of her own. And if you think this achievement is already shocking enough, just wait until her next project is officially announced. Because if Lisa's career trajectory is anything to go by, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. She is not finished making history. But perhaps the biggest question is not what Lisa has already achieved, but what she is preparing to do next. Because in the world of entertainment, a major magazine cover is rarely just the end of a story. Sometimes it is a signal that something bigger may already be taking shape behind the scenes. And for Lisa, that possibility feels especially interesting. Over the past few years, Lisa has gradually moved beyond the image that the public first knew. She is still a member of BLACKPINK, still connected to one of the biggest K-pop groups in history, but her individual identity has become stronger than ever. Her name can now stand on its own. That transformation did not happen overnight. It came through years of performances, fashion appearances, solo activities, global events, and moments where Lisa repeatedly demonstrated that she was capable of standing in spaces far beyond the traditional K-pop industry. And that is exactly why this Vogue Korea appearance feels so meaningful. The September issue places Lisa in a position where fashion, celebrity culture, and her personal identity come together. Instead of simply presenting her as an idol wearing expensive clothes, the editorial appears to present Lisa as a complete global figure. Her expressions are stronger. Her styling is more mature. The atmosphere is more sophisticated. And most importantly, there's a sense that Lisa is completely comfortable with the person she has become. That confidence may actually be one of the most important parts of this entire moment. Because when an artist reaches a certain level, the question changes. It is no longer about whether they can become famous. It becomes about whether they can remain relevant while continuing to evolve. And Lisa appears to be answering that question in her own way. She continues to experiment. She continues to explore different creative directions. And she continues to place herself in environments where expectations are extremely high. That naturally creates pressure. Every outfit is analyzed. Every appearance becomes a headline. Every new project is compared with what came before. And every achievement is immediately followed by another question. What will she do next? For an artist at Lisa's level, that pressure can be enormous. But perhaps the reason she continues to attract so much attention is because she understands how to turn that pressure into momentum. Look at the reaction to the Vogue Korea covers. Fans did not simply look at the photos and move on. They discussed the styling. They analyzed the concept. They shared their favorite cover. They compared different visuals. They talked about the meaning behind the phrases used in the editorial.